Hi guys, and welcome to the first proper episode of Ride. It's a new racing game I've just picked up, motorbike game. It's fantastic. It's sort of the Forza Motorsport of motorbikes. I'm really enjoying playing it so far, and today we're going to take a look at my favourite motorbike in the world, and that's the Yamaha R6. So, I've just bought one in the game, and I'm really excited to try it out. It's kind of the reason I bought the game in the first place. And so today we're going to give it a quick test. So a bit of background for you. The Yamaha R6, it's on the screen now, is Yamaha's flagship 600cc bike. It has a 4-cylinder liquid-cooled engine, for those of you who are interested, and it delivers 130 brake horsepower, which catapults you to a top speed of 161 miles an hour. So we're going to look at it in its stock form today, and then probably give it a few modifications to improve the handling. We'll be riding on the French Riviera East circuit. It's got a good mixture of corners and straights to give the bike a quick run through its paces, and in the next episode we'll try a race or two and earn more credits to modify the bike, make it faster, make it handle better, and really be competitive as a racing bike. So let's get started. So during the loading menu, I think it's quite cool, you can read all about the bike. There's 4 pages of information. Which is actually where I got a lot of the information I just told you about regarding the engine. It's all here. So here we go, we've loaded up, and before the race starts you have the option to change your bike settings, and this is the suspension and gearing ratios. Now you can adjust them to make the bike accelerate faster or to give it a higher top speed. I actually prefer a balance between the two, and so I'm just going to leave it in its default settings, which leaves everything in the middle just the way I like it. So you can see, if you're not familiar with racing games, you can see here that there is a blue line which I'm following, and that is the fastest line through the circuit, fastest racing line. And when it turns red or yellow like it's doing just now is when you hit the brakes. Now on Ride, because it's a motorbike game, you have the option of using just the front brake, just the back brake, or both. It's a bit different to a car game, but it adds more realism because that's the same kind of choice you'd have to make driving a real bike. Now I prefer to grab hold of the front brake when I'm going into a corner. And the reason for this is I think it just helps the bike dive in a bit shallower, and because the back wheel isn't locked up, you can accelerate away quicker. And races are won in corners, not on the straights. If you can outbrake your opponent, it doesn't matter if he's faster than you on the straights. Through the twisty sections, you're going to make up a lot of time. So first thing I noticed about the Yamaha is obviously the acceleration is immense, and it's a really quick bike just off stock. What I don't like though is the brakes. A little bit, I wouldn't say they're not powerful, but they're a little twitchy, and I'm really having to work it through the corners. I don't like that. On the first bike I was riding during this game, it was really easy through the corners, and I prefer that. So that's the biggest issue for me, is the handling, and that's what we're gonna fix first. But we'll just do one more lap here and enjoy the circuit. This is a circuit I've had most success on so far. I'm not really sure why, but it's just my favourite circuit in the game so far. One that I always do well on. And so I guess we'll just have to practice more on other circuits to get better. But here we go, we'll finish this lap up here, and then, oh, I nearly hit the wall. We'll finish this lap up here, and then I will take you to the custom shop, and we'll put some different parts on the bike, and hopefully improve its handling. improve its braking power. And that's cool. We actually got money just for completing a time trial. So there's a good way to cheat, get credits, and modify your bike so that it's competitive during racing. Just do time trials, earn money. I wonder if maybe you get 200 credits for every time you beat your lap. I'll need to look into that, because that would have been really useful when I was racing on the Yamaha MT. That's the first bike you can buy during this game. You get the choice of 3 bikes, and you have to go out and race and earn money to work your way up. So, first gripe about this game is to modify your bike, you have to go into the World Tour section instead of just doing it on the main menu, which I think you should be able to do. But it's not too much of a hardship. So, with the custom shop, you can do all kinds of mods to the engine, your air filters, your exhausts, your cylinder head porting, transmission. You've got gearboxes, quick shifters, etc. Your appearance, you can change the color, change the livery, and change the handlebars. And actually, we're going to go do that first. We're going to take off the turn signal, and we're going to take off the mirrors as well. Now, in theory, that should save us weight. It doesn't actually give you a reduction in weight on the game, which is a real shame, but it should do. Next thing I'm going to do, brake pads. You see that takes our braking power up to 6.8 from 6.5. So that's a good start. And the next thing we're going to do is grab some brake calipers, and that takes us... oh, not the ones I bought. That takes us up to 7.2, got the best calipers in the business. The braided brake lines are just for show, they don't actually improve your braking at all. And then suspension, that'll drop us a little bit lower and take our handling up to 7.2 from 7. So that's good. Last thing, if we can afford it, is to put some slick tires on there. Yes, we can afford it, and that takes our handling up to 7.6, and that'll give us a real boost, a real advantage during racing. So we've got just about 5 minutes left to record, and so we'll go back out onto the French Riviera, and maybe we'll actually try a race. Okay, let's be really quick. Quick race on the French Riviera East. Let's go. Let's see what it does. Let's see what we're up against. And see if we have enough time to get a recording done. We've got 6.5 minutes left. I don't know, I wish the loading time was faster in this game. Six minutes, come on. It only loads when I read about the bike. So yeah, I like this, because there's a lot of bikes I don't know about. So on the screen, you can read about the bike that you're driving. Now I know a lot about the Yamaha R6, because it's my favourite bike. Let's check the starting grid really quick. Yeah, we got some Kawasaki Ninjas, some Hondas. That'll be fun. So I know a lot about the Yamaha R6, but there's a lot of other bikes I've never even heard of in this game, and it's good to be able to learn a little bit about them. So let's go, let's try a race and let's see if we can beat some of these R6s here. Okay, so hopefully, with the Wi-Fi connection lost there, you can still hear me. Well, that's my Wi-Fi network dropped out, so I don't know if the microphone audio will still keep recording. Let's hope it does, and we're up. We're into third already. And yeah, so I think we're just going to be outpowered here on the straight. But we'll catch him in the braking zones, watch this. He pushes out wide a little bit, but we did have him. We did have him on braking. And we'll have the pair of them here. Oh yeah. So we're up in a first. This is good. This is a good start. One lap. And we're up in a first. We've got 4 minutes left to record too, so I think we might just manage to see the end of this race. Well, I will. You might. So I only have 15 minutes to record on the PlayStation 4 with the built-in capture card. Maybe one day I'll invest in an Elgato. But not yet. Here we go, really having to work it into that corner there. So there's still room for the handling to be improved. But there's still better suspension to be bought. Okay, so the PlayStation's actually listening to me now, that's different. Got a little bit shaky through that corner as well, and that was because I put on the brakes too early and dived too shallow into the corner. It's really interesting. I don't play a lot of bike games, so I'm learning how to handle a bike. It's really different from a car racing game, but I'm enjoying learning. Alright, one more lap to go. Let's see if we can get this done. Ooh, we've just touched the wall there. But that's okay, it's not thrown us off. But it's happened before, so we've got to be careful. And endoed through that corner. And we could have just went right over the bars there too. And that is because you're accelerating really fast and then pulling on the front brake. I'm sure everybody's done that on a bicycle before. But on a motorbike, you pull the front brake too hard, and that's really, really gonna hurt if you fall off. But the front brake through the corner is a technique from my old days riding off-road bikes. Used to ride pit bikes, and you always use the front brake. The rear brake's only for doing skids. So here we go, and that was actually a really, really easy win. So this Yamaha R6 is fantastic. And let's just celebrate there. We've got a minute and a half to go, so we can watch this celebration. Yeah, 2,500 credits, that's nice. Synchronization error. Let's retry. Okay, that must be because the network has been lost. It is a network game, so we can't climb the world rankings, unfortunately, but that's okay. At least we still get our money. So yeah, we've got a minute to go, and I will just end the recording here. So this is kind of the first episode in our Yamaha R6 build. Hopefully next time, once we've got a little bit more money, we'll drop the suspension even more and then get onto the really cool stuff, like adding a new exhaust and porting the cylinder heads. That'll give us a lot more power, and then the bike will be mad. It'll be faster than a stock R1, I think, which is it's both scary and impressive. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. I'm hopeful that this has recorded, because this is my 4th try at this video, would you believe. So yeah, hopefully this is recorded, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.